Financial planning. 0586861003 is my WhatsApp number. You can send me a WhatsApp voice note if you're driving. Same number, 0586861003. Alternatively, you can also call us. And all our three guests are very senior members in the world of finance and wealth management. You can ask them any questions you want regarding your own personal finances or your business finance, okay? Now, BNI Talk Hour is a co-created show between Talk 100.3 and BNI. BNI is Business Networking International. And today we're going to be also chatting about the amazing networking capability and referral business that BNI offers. All this and much more coming your way. Stay with us all the way till 12. I'm going to introduce our first guest to you in just a moment.
BNI, structured, positive and professional referral marketing program for business. This is the BNI Hour. We are Talk 100.3.
Once again, thanks so much for joining us on the BNI Hour. Our first guest is a brilliant leader of marketing teams, a positive and focused leader, exactly the kind of person you would want to work with. He has a depth of marketing knowledge that is hard to find. He's highly energetic and professional about his work. A consultant at Coldwell Banker and the co-founder of Veracity World, Vipin Sharma. Thanks so much for joining us on BNI Talk Hour.
Thank you, Anjaan. Thank you so much.
Let's start with your journey. Tell us about your journey at Coldwell Banker, and did you always think you would be in the finance world?
Right, Anjaan. I'm an ex-banker and I always wanted to be in and around the industry. Coldwell Banker started around 3 years back, apart from running my own business. And
which is Veracity World.
That's right.
Great.
So apart from that, I love the field of real estate. That's the reason I chose Coldwell Banker as one of the best companies around the world, one of the biggest brands with 3,000 branches. Around the world and around 6 branches in Dubai. That was the reason for me to join Coldwell Banker, and I'm very happy to be there.
That's fantastic. Tell us about Coldwell Banker and the business itself.
So we are in a business of providing real estate solutions to our clients. What we do is we buy, sell, and manage properties. We have portfolios of a lot of investors around the world. And we guide them to buy the right property or sell property at the right price in Dubai and manage their properties, get them the best return on investment.
Let's spend a few moments talking about your business, Veracity World, also.
Yeah, so Veracity World was started back in 2012. And we offer IT and electronics recycling and selling of products like laptops and mobiles in the markets like Egypt, Syria, Iraq. We export those and we liquidate IT assets for a lot of corporate companies. Apart from that, brands like Lenovo and Acer.
Brilliant. Now, getting back to our topic, financial planning and investments, let's start with the advice and insights you have for us and our listeners.
Well, I always recommend all my clients to look at 3 aspects while you're investing in Dubai. One is location, second is the developer, and third, the timing. The timing of investing in Dubai is very important. When you invest in Dubai, you need to see which cycle are you in. Usually, there's a 10-year cycle of business. Starting back in 1999, if I can quote, the market was down. Market came up till 2005. It was doing great. It was a stretch from 2005 to 2008. It dropped in 2009 because of the capital challenge. And when it dropped down, it was around 2009 when the investors started getting into the market. So going back to the previous cycle, in 2000, the investors started getting into the market and started investing in. By 2005, they started selling the products, but overstretched till 2008. In 2009, the same cycle started. People started investing. Till 2015, the market started getting overheated. It started coming down again. And till 2019, we started recovering. And just after we started recovering, COVID hit. And the market started going down again because of COVID. But then the epic bounce back happened in 2020 and 21. Now the market is at the upswing. So if you want to buy the property now, you should be buying it before 2024. Because I anticipate by 25, 26, the market would be really, really hot again in terms of real estate.
That's fantastic. So tell us a bit more about Coldwell Banker UAE. And though it's called Coldwell Banker, it's actually a real estate firm.
Exactly. So this is there are two names here, Mr. Colwell and Mr. Banker. This was formed in USA around 116 years back. We've been here for the last 16 years in this market, and we have around 5 branches. One in JVC, one in Sheikh Zayed Road, one in Business Bay, one in Marina, and the head office is in the Onyx Tower in Greens.
Great. And let's now talk about your BNI journey. Tell us about it. When did you start? How many years have you been associated?
So BNI journey has been around 7.5 years old. I started in June 2015, and it's been a fabulous journey since then. I think BNI has given me a lot of insights of being an entrepreneur, running the business, having the right contacts in place, growing the business organically, and in the best possible manner. Like I see, BNI is about having your sales directors sitting with you, you're briefing them all the time, and they're going and becoming your brand ambassadors when you ask them to go.
That's amazing. Tell us about your journey, though. When you started, how was it? How is it now?
So when I joined, it was really overwhelming because I was coming
Why was that?
Because there's so many business leaders in one room. It is not easy to start understanding the concept immediately. But when I started understanding it within few weeks, there's a very structured induction process that BNI has. And when that induction took place, I was really comfortable with the entire induction process, because of which I could start understanding the concept really well. And once I understood that concept, I started working with the partners there and started growing my business and helping them grow their business. So I'm very happy to say that I've been an active member, giving business to a lot of BNI members, and feel happy and satisfied because of that.
And were you already with Colwell Banker when you joined BNI?
No, that time I used to represent my business, Veracity World.
Okay, and then now it's both.
Yes. So I don't talk about my business anymore in that. That's taken care of by my partner in another chapter. But I definitely talk about my Colwell Banker.
Your role at Colwell Banker. Great.
Exactly.
What kind of questions can our listeners ask you today?
Well, where they can buy the property, what is the right time to buy, and which developer they're looking at. These are the key things.
Amazing. So Vipin Sharma is a senior real estate expert. You can ask him any questions you have about buying, maybe even renting.
Yes, they can.
Perhaps, but mainly buying, and especially you can ask what kind of budget should I have, how much should I have for down payment, how can I find eligibility for a mortgage loan. 0586861003. That's our WhatsApp number.
Yeah, and I would like to also add which property has to be sold now, because the market is heating up in the next few years, where you can sell your property.
All this and much more coming your way. Don't go anywhere.
BNI, structured, positive and professional referral marketing program for business. This is the BNI Hour. We are Talk 100.3.
The largest celebration of fashion in the region is coming soon. Making dreams come true.
Talk 100.3.
Success is not just about what you accomplish in life. It's about what you inspire others to do. And so, a diverse brand of inspiration, empowerment, and motivation founded by Meena Asrani, Being Muskan, presents the Inspiring Gulf Achievers Awards. If you are an achiever in your field, Being Muskan invites you to share your success story. Give yourself and your business the credit it deserves through the Inspiring Gulf Awards and Business Magazine, and inspire other upcoming achievers. To register, simply WhatsApp us your name and number on 052 740 2792.
With nearly 11,000 chapters worldwide, BNI provides a global business network that is unmatched. This is the BNI Hour. Talk 100.3.
Thanks once again for joining us on the BNI Talk Hour. Happens Monday to Friday, 11 to 12. My name is Anjaan, and today we have experts who are going to help you with your financial planning and investments. First is Vipin Sharma. He's a consultant at Coldwell Bank, a very senior real estate professional, and he's also a member of BNI. So I want to ask you, Vipin, who would be your ideal referral partner for your business?
So, Anjaan, the referral partners which I look for are law firms, companies that form companies. Apart from that, accounting firms. These are very good partners for me, referral partners for me. Mortgage companies, these companies, bankers, investment bankers, wealth companies. These are the great partners for me.
And how has BNI helped you with reaching your clientele?
Well, BNI is a place where if your ask is specific, you definitely get the result. So I've had a very good response from my BNI team members whenever I asked a particular area. Like for example, if I ask somebody who wants to sell a property in Greens and Views, somebody would come from the chapter or the cross chapter and tell me that yes, there is a serious investor who has properties in Greens and Views, and he wants to sell. He wants to have a discussion with you to understand what is the price he can get in and what is the right time to sell.
That's great. And because you're also an expert at investing through properties, right? How has your role in BNI impacted other people's investments, your chapter members or the referrals they gave you?
Exactly. So few of my members have connected me to serious investors across the world, and those investors have come in for various reasons. Some people want to buy big plots and develop an entire building or a villa on that, or they are looking for investing in various properties around Dubai in the top areas, and then they want to run those particular units as holiday homes. So my guide, my philosophy is to explain them what all areas would get the best return on investment for them, and what is the priority of buying. If you have say 7 million dirhams, you should start with downtown first, then go to Marina, then come to Greens and Views, and then you can look at Port Dalamir and areas like these.
That's right. So, and tell us about some positive BNI experience that has impacted you both personally or professionally.
So BNI has always been a great experience for me, and it has come as family all the time. So it's very normal in the life cycle of a human being or a businessman that there are ups and downs. So whenever I'm down and I go and attend a BNI meeting, I come back to my normal self, only because all the members there are similar set of people, very positive, very enterprising, and they can feel if you're that time a little low in your business that time or in your thought process, they will come back to you, pat your back and say, no Vipin, you are of a certain level, your mindset is this and you can achieve your target, let's go for it. So I've seen this happening many a times, and I've done this with a few members because I learned from there and I passed on those positive energies to my friends. Apart from that, the national office keeps doing a lot of important trainings, and trainings are those important things which everybody requires every now and then. So when we get those trainings, we come back to that speed that we started with.
That's great. Tell us some stories which have impacted you personally.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say I would tell a story about an ask I had made on one single day when I had asked my members that I want to get connected to few industry people in particular big organizations in the UAE. That single day, from the same room, there were 3 senior members who connected me to those senior CEOs, CFOs, owners of companies.
You want to thank those members on radio? You can.
Definitely. I would like to thank Rajkumar Bhatia. I would like to thank Prem Mulani, and I would like to thank Saurabh Bhalla for introducing me to those top honkos in those organizations, because that made my journey very simple. If I would have gone and approached them while their office, I would have taken months to reach there. But now, because of them, I'm in their room, in their cabins, discussing about business and investments on a regular basis.
Great. Tell us about the growth or the P&L impact. that you've received from BNI
Well,
on your own business?
Exactly. So I would say for the last 2.5, 3 years, while I've been active in real estate, I have I have clients who have bought multiple times, who were introduced to me by my colleagues or my BNI chapter. Exactly before yesterday, I announced a closed business from a repeat purchase by a client who was introduced to me by one of the members. So when the clients are with us, we service them that well, and we provide them all those numbers and analysis that they don't go outside the Coldwell Banker.
That's
so
right.
they are buying properties from me, and I'm managing their portfolios. Their multiple properties are around Dubai. Yeah,
I can see a twinkle in your eye when you're sharing this success story.
definitely.
If somebody wants to get into real estate, what's your advice for them?
It is a very tough world, but once you make it, you definitely can do really well. You have to have passion for it. You have to have in-depth knowledge, and it is not a job, it is a career. So if you're looking at coming to real estate, it has to be a career, not a job.
Now, our other two guests today, who I'm going to introduce in just a few moments, are also experts in investments. But one of them is going to be today talking about insurance, and the other one is probably going to talk about the global financial markets in terms of gold and other commodities. How would you compare real estate with these two? And because you're in Coldwell Banker, do you say, are you of the mindset that everybody should first put in real estate, or is that the second investment? What are your thoughts on this? Like, we're talking about financial planning and investments, right? So where in the journey of investment should real estate come in?
So I would say, I always recommend my client to have a balanced portfolio. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You should split it as they feel better. Real estate is definitely a big chunk. They should definitely look at it, because that is one of the things which never vanishes. If you put money in real estate, it grows over a period of time. You have to have the patience. You should understand the cycle of real estate. It is nearly 10 years cycle. So if you're buying in 2021, you have to wait till 2031 to look at what is the result coming out of it. If you are a person who's flipping properties, then you have to do it in between when the peak comes in.
And is that your advice for efficient financial planning? Is have that patience when it's a long-term investment, and be aware and alert for when you can flip.
Exactly.
What other advice, before we let you go, can you give for financial planning and investments?
Well, I would say have faith in UAE, in Dubai, because this is a fabulous market where you get a lot of interesting products to invest in. Go and choose the right consultant, whether you're investing in real estate or some other industries. Have the right consultant, think through it, and then stick to it and wait for the right time to come.
That's amazing. Vipin Sharma, thanks so much for being with us on BNI Talk.
Thank you.
We're going to introduce our next guest to you in just a few moments. Meanwhile, if you have any questions for Vipin, send me a WhatsApp 05-8686-1003. Today's topic is financial planning and investments. And our next guest is going to be up on air just after this. Don't go anywhere.
BNI, structured, positive and professional referral marketing program for business. This is the BNI Hour. We are Talk 100.3. Ask FUH. Brought to you by Fakir University Hospital, Dubai Silicon Oasis. Talk 100.3.
BNI Events presents the Big Diwali Mela, powered by Blue Chip Forex. Celebrate the festivities with Diwali shopping stalls, food kiosks. Get entertained with dance, talent hunt shows and live in-concert music by Akasad. Win prizes, participate in contests and enjoy a variety of cuisines. The Big Diwali Mela on 22nd October, The Square at IST, Dubai Sports City from 4 p.m. onwards. Free entry to all the listeners. For a day full of fun and festivities at the Big Diwali Mela. Associate sponsors, Alain Farms, Danube Home. Support sponsor, Aster Clinic. F&B partner, Makani Indian Restaurant.
Print partner, Kalich Times. TV partners, Z Cinema, Z TV, Z Keralam. Travel partner, Cosmo Travel. Security partner, Dosec. Video partner, Digitally.
A part of BNI Events, bringing communities together.
BNI.com, the portal that empowers business. This is the BNI Hour. Talk 100.3.
Thanks so much for joining us on the BNI Hour. We already introduced our first guest to you who spoke about the importance of investing in real estate. Our next guest is an extremely helpful and proactive individual, a man of immense capability, and it's always a pleasure to work with him, is what his colleagues and friends say. He has more than 24 years experience in the global financial markets, and he's worked in more than 20 countries to finance IPOs and startups. The founder and director at bankofbullion.com and clink.gold. This is Nick Patel. Thanks so much for joining us on BNI Talk.
Good morning, Anjaan. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure all ours. Tell us about your two businesses, bankofbullion.com and clink.gold.
Okay, so let me start with the Bank of Bullion. We incorporated the business back in 2016. Prior to that, I was actually bringing gold in from various parts of Africa, various parts of South America, and it led me eventually to incorporate Bank of Bullion as an official business. Now we're in the business of supplying not only Gold Souk, Golden Diamond Park, Almas Tower, but we also supply international markets such as India, Hong Kong, Singapore and Turkey.
So you're an importer of gold.
Correct.
And then you supply on a wholesale level to retailers.
Yeah.
Great. What made you get into the business of gold?
So provisionally I used to work for a family office, and prior to that actually I was a stockbroker in London in the 90s. I know maybe I don't look that old, but I indeed am. I was headhunted for a family office to work with their minerals and mines.
What do you mean by family office?
A Swedish billionaire
Okay.
family, Tetra Pak. So my job was effectively to source mines in Africa and South America. I then had to package them, resell them both on the London Stock Exchange and TSX in Canada, and effectively try and make some money out of the transaction. So, for instance, if there was 20 million in the ground, we'd pitch them for maybe 3-4 million. Effectively, once that transaction's done, our job was then to flip it on any of the exchanges globally for perhaps 5 to 10 million, and that's how we made money.
Sounds like a wild world of Wolf of Wall Street meets Blood Diamond.
Pretty much. You hit the nail right on the head. It was an exciting time of my life. I did a lot of trekking through various parts of Africa, in South America, and I was in a lot of situations.
I heard
but
the
but it was fun.
at the gold mines are not that comfortable.
There is no accommodation.
You just
there is no
just live in a
accommodation.
tent.
Yeah.
Great. So this transition from investment banker and portfolio manager to gold, tell us about that journey.
So when I was working as a stockbroker in the 90s, my initial area of expertise was minerals and mines. So all the mining IPOs that used to come, my job was to set up the the document.
So you were already kind of involved.
Correct. The guy I used to work with, he had a PhD in geology, so I understood geology reports. I started understanding how you will find gold in the ground, the veins. Pretty much he gave me all the intellectual knowledge I required to then move to a family office and take over the minerals and mines section.
This is amazing. So bankofbullion.com was born
2016.
And then how's it going? And tell us about your business.
Great story, great question. So I remember 2016, we had a dingy little office in Al Rigga, in Al Rigga Road. We started with 100,000 dirhams, just enough at the time to buy around 5 TT bars or tola bars. And, yesterday we did about 110 kilos.
Amazing.
So we've moved from 100,000 dirhams to about $5.5 million US per day.
Congratulations. Let's talk about your second setup, clink.gold.
Correct. Okay, so Clink was developed, in fact, I was stuck in Greece during, Cyprus during COVID. And I thought to myself...
Were you at Larnaca or were you at Ayanapa?
I was actually on the Turkish side in northern
Okay.
Cyprus, which
So you
was
were not partying.
Kyrenia. Yeah. And I thought to myself, okay, we cannot import gold, we cannot export gold. I need to find a way to work with this commodity which has been around since the start of mankind, but I need to use new technology. So what I did is started developing Clink Gold. Clink Gold now, what we do is every transaction is on blockchain. You can buy it using digital currencies, you can buy it using fiat, you can buy it using credit debit cards, but effectively what we're able to do is transfer a real world asset, 24 karat pure gold in gram installments anywhere in the world to any person as long as they have their crypto wallet.
That's right. So it's basically buying gold with digital currency, but getting the physical gold if you like.
If you require, we can deliver, yes.
This is amazing. Now, tell us about your journey with BNI and How has it been? When did you join? And how many years have been associated with BNI?
So BNI, it's been almost 4 years. I actually was online just Googling leads, contacts and referrals. BNI popped up. It was a Monday afternoon. I made a request to attend the meeting on a Tuesday morning, BNI Champions. I got a call back from the then president.
You want to shout out to him?
Yes, Yash Bhargava, thank you very much for that phone call. I attended the meeting on Tuesday morning. I mean, the meeting was electric. Great etiquette, great structure, and immediately I asked them, let me join.
Are you called the gold guy at your chapter?
Golden boy.
The golden boy. Sweet. Now, who would your ideal referral partner be for your business?
So I've been very lucky in my BNI journey. I've actually had 3 jewelers. 2 of them have left. One of them is still here, Goshal from Aura Gems. And without mincing my words, I've done over 15 million dirhams AED business with each one. So, they've been phenomenal just inside of BNI.
So who would your ideal referral partner would be other than obvious jewelers? Would it be even individuals? Would it be CEOs? Would it be, like is there a B2C angle to this?
Luckily, gold transcends all sort of things. So it's pretty much available to everyone in the smallest micro sort of gram, which starts at about $55, and it can go as high as you need. So luckily, the product is available to all.
So everybody is your referral partner pretty much. And how does BNI help you with reaching your clientele?
They've been extremely good. So effectively, when there's events like Diwali coming up, we had something a couple of weeks back, probably you can remind me, Dussehra. So all these little things all add up because people think, okay, where can I buy gold? Okay, let me go to Nick.
Let me go to the golden boy.
Yes.
Ironically, I don't see any gold on you. It's hidden. So tell us about some positive BNI experience that has impacted you personally and professionally.
So I would say one of the best things about BNI, putting all the business aside, that has come without say, but it's deep and meaningful relationships. I've made some very good friends, and the sort of I'm not in the business of calling everyone every day. We don't need to gossip. We meet maybe once a week.
It's just value conversations.
The conversations, the support, the network. Anytime you need something, even if he's not your best friend, but they go over and above when the time is right, when you need something, when you especially need somebody's help.
Give us an example.
So,
or a story.
For instance, a great example, again, while I was stuck in Cyprus, 4 months, being stuck in a different country, no access to come back. I could not travel via Turkey. I could not actually get out the country for 4 months. My business was run like streamlined. We had many conversations through BNI, how to restructure your business, how to go online, how to change all the physical elements of your business to make it online. So yeah, that was a very integral part. And yes, certainly the fact that there was always somebody to talk to, being stuck alone somewhere for 4 months, it meant a lot.
Let's get back to today's topic, which is financial planning and investments. Tell us your thoughts on it. What is the future of gold and gold as an investment?
So I always give this example of real money. The world works on a reserve currency, US dollar. Now, I'll just give you a scenario. Imagine the world was started with $1 million and now there's $80 million. Effectively, your money has reduced in its power to buy anything, which is effectively inflation. Now, what I do have a feeling about, and I feel paper money or fiat money over the next 5 to 10 years will probably go out of circulation. What will it be replaced by? Well, it'll be
cryptocurrency, digital currencies,
central bank digital currencies. So you'll have the digital dollar, you'll have the digital pound, you'll have the digital euro, yuan, etc.
This is your prediction, or
correct?
You feel it's definitely going to happen?
I feel it's definitely going to happen.
Okay.
So that is one of the reasons I launched Clink Gold. The simple proviso is, at the end of the day, if a government can print money relentlessly, what stops them adding zeros when we move into digital currencies? So what my idea is, with Clink Gold, you have the ability to spend your money wherever you want, but you know your money is 100% backed by 24 carat pure gold, less whatever charges we have.
Where does this gold actually get held?
So it's I have a vault in the DMCC Almas Tower, and Brinks, one of the oldest companies in the world, 175-year history, are responsible for the vault.
That's amazing. Where do you see the financial investment landscape in the next 5 years?
I'd see it as a very tricky, full of landmines, but As Vipin also said, a diverse basket of goods. You should have property, you should have life insurance, you should have physical assets such as gold, diamonds. You should have, if you can afford it, anything else outside of those parameters. And certainly, people are scared of cryptocurrencies. People are scared of the new digital world coming.
People are scared of
Web3.
anything they don't know about. So educate.
Knowledge is power.
That's it.
Web3,
Awareness.
metaverse, digital currencies, these things are coming to stay.
So if you're interested in financial planning and want to know more about gold, you can ask Nick any questions you have. 0586861003. What kind of questions can our listeners ask you?
Ask me where I think gold will be in the next 5 years. Ask me what I think the landscape of investment is in the next 5 years, and more importantly, the new things that are coming up.
I have a question for you. What's the best way to stay ahead and make money over the next 5 years?
Stay educated. Make sure you read all the news topics. Stay on top of all these news channels that give you all the vital information on a daily basis. In my house, we start the day with Bloomberg, Reuters, CNBC. So, the news flow. Remember, news is always old. But if you can at least stay on top of what's already happened, it'll give you a chance to predict the future.
That's amazing. That was Nick Patel, the founder and director of Bank of Bullion. We're going to go to the phone lines now. We're going to find out what question our listener has for us. On air with us, we have Naveed. Is that your name?
Yes,
Hi, Naveed. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good, thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us on BNI Talk Hour. What's the question you have for us?
I have a question related to real estate.
Go for it.
Yes, I've been looking out for the properties for last 2 to 3 months here and in Abu Dhabi because I got various fluctuating answers from people here. I saw some properties in DSO, some in JVC, Al Furjan, and Al Furjan people have been pitching in because it's a developing area. But then, I and my brother, we just analyzed the market. He told me that the real estate agents are pitching in more from the developer side because they get a good commission from them. Now, no one is ready to tell you what exactly is apart from the new properties or the developing areas. Where is the hotspot? Like the difference which I noticed was in Silicon and in JVC, but I couldn't see any place giving more than 6.5 ROI.
Great, Naveed. That's a fantastic question. And I'm going to pull in Vipin Sharma, who's a consultant at Coldwell Banker, to answer your question.
Hi, Naveed. So it all depends on it all depends on what you are looking at. What is your objective?
So what are you looking at? What is your objective?
Purely for investment purpose and a good ROI.
Perfect. So I guess I would give you JVC as the answer, because JVC is a place where 45,000 families are living already. You have the Circle Mall, which is recently come in, and there are places around JVC which are very, very popular, like the you have this cricket stadium around it. You have the Moto City just diagonally opposite. You have the pharmaceutical companies coming in the Science Park opposite it. Plus, it is around 7 minutes drive from Media City, Internet City, and the Emaar Business Park.
Naveed, I hope that helps you.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing. Thanks so much for being with us, buddy.
Thank you.
And that was Naveed, who sent us a question through a phone call. And you can also send us questions. 0586861003. Vipin Sharma, consultant at Coldwell Banker, who's one of our guests, answered this question. We'll continue our conversation with Nick Patel, who's the founder and director at bankofbullion.com. Your words of advice for somebody who wants to really efficiently plan their finance and build their wealth.
What I would suggest is, first of all, at least take the time to educate yourself. A lot of financial advisors are going to give you the best information in the world, but it also depends on what your life goals are. That is something you should decide with your financial advisor or whoever you're talking with. Have a discussion with your wife, your kids. At least make yourself educated in everything before you take advice.
So first step is awareness and education. Second step would be?
Second step would be at least take the jump. Doing nothing is obviously not going to work for anyone. So sometimes you have to take that small bit of risk. You have to have a leap of faith in a certain amount of people that you trust, and you will hopefully do very well from.
Okay, great. So first is awareness, second is trust and leap of faith, and the third advice would be?
Third advice would be make sure you have a diverse basket of goods, and make sure that everything you're doing has an end and have an exit plan. Don't just invest and think, okay, everything's going to be fine. Whether it's 2 years, 5 years, 20 years or 50 years, have an exit plan.
Great. Now, I know you're an expert on gold, but you also spend a lot of time in IPOs and startups. So comparing these two kind of investment options, what are your thoughts in terms of financial planning?
IPOs are not for low-risk investors. They're for investors that have a certain appetite for risk. If you are going to go down that road, make sure you do your homework, because there's a lot of IPOs out there. Some of the stuff right now, there's technology, there's Web3, there's metaverse, there's CBD farming. There's a whole load of areas that are up and coming, pharmaceuticals. But at the end of the day, if you don't know what you're doing, you should probably just stick to the low and medium risk.
Let's recap those industries again, because this is gold.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Let's recap those industries again. For anybody looking to invest into IPOs or the stock market, this information you gave is gold.
Thank you. Yes.
So go for it.
So I would, particularly myself, I would concentrate on businesses that are now moving into the next genre of investments. Some of the technological companies, especially the new up-and-coming companies in metaverse, Web3. There's going to be a lot of pitfalls, but if you pick some of the gems, there's going to be a lot of money out there.
That's amazing. Nick Patel, the founder and director of bankofbullion.com and Clink.gold. Thanks so much for being with us on BNI Talk Hour.
Thank you, Anjaan.
We're going to continue our conversation in just a few moments, and I'm going to introduce you to somebody who's an expert at insurance. That's coming up on BNI Talk Hour. My name is Anjaan. Don't go anywhere.
The BNI Hour on Talk 100.3. We are the home of news, sport and conversation. This is Talk 100.3. Ask FUH. Brought to you by Fakir University Hospital, Dubai Silicon Oasis. Talk 100.3.
Hi UAE, this is Akasa. मैं तो बस दिन मर गई until it's 22nd October, जहाँ पर मैं perform कर रही हूँ at the big Diwali Mela, which you can attend for free. See you guys there.
The Big Diwali Mela on 22nd October at the Square at ISD, Dubai Sports City from 4 p.m. onwards. Free entry to all the listeners. A part of Fanisha Events, bringing communities together.
On Talk 100.3, you're always up to date with what matters to you the most. The home of the UAE's news, sport and conversation. This is Talk 100.3.
Thanks once again
With
for joining
nearly
us.
11,000 chapters worldwide, BNI provides a global business network that is unmatched. This is the BNI Hour, Talk 100.3.
That's right. It happens Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. My name is Anjaan, and today we're talking about financial planning and investments. Our next guest is somebody you can rely on to take care of your insurance and financial planning needs. He always has a solution along with a wealth of knowledge about this topic, and he will never cease to amaze and amuse you. The director at Pioneer Wealth Management, Rajesh Mirchandani. Thanks so much for joining us on BNI Talk Hour.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Great. Tell us about Pioneer Wealth Management.
Pioneer Wealth Management is a 15-year-old company. It was started by 4 friends, all from the industry. What we do at Pioneer is basically we take the if out of life by working with clients, understanding their needs, understanding what they want for their families. Predominantly, we specialize in high levels of insurance. Not that we only do high levels of insurance. We also work with any and everybody who's looking for life insurance, who's looking for critical illness. I'm particularly a very, very insurance-oriented man, having experienced insurance paying me out, pretty early in my life. I spent my 40th birthday in a hospital, on a hospital bed, having had a heart attack. So I'm it's very, very close to my heart. Insurance is a subject that I'm very fond of, and it's something that I really, love to talk about.
That's great. Remember, if you have any questions about what type of insurance should you get insurance? Do I really need life insurance? 05-8686-1003. That's my WhatsApp number. You can also send us a WhatsApp voice note on the same number, 05-8686-1003. Mr. Rajesh Mirchandani will be more than happy to answer those questions.
Absolutely.
Right? Let's continue our talk. Explain to us the world of insurance.
The world of insurance is a very private thing. Okay, it's I love my family, I want to protect them in case something happens to me. The word is untimely. Everything works around untimely. That's why I say take the if out of life. If something untimely was to happen to a breadwinner of the family, what happens to the family? It's very simple. You need to have a backbone.
Especially if you have somebody dependent on you or your salary to sustain their standard of living.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I said the bread earner of the family. If you're the bread earner of the family and something untimely was to happen to you, what would happen to your family?
Would they have the money for medical costs? Would they have enough money to even cover those and still maintain their normal life?
See, medical costs might be paid out by your medical insurance which is provided by your company or the place that you work at, or you have a personal one, doesn't matter. But who's going to bear the other costs that are associated?
Saying even if you're medical insurance, somebody should definitely get life insurance.
See, life insurance pays out once in a lifetime. Life insurance pays out on demise, on death. But what you're really referring to is critical illness. Now, let's say somebody has a heart attack and he has $250,000 worth of critical illness. It is paid out as a lump sum. Okay, somebody has a prolonged disease which lasts him 2 years, 3 years. What happens? Your company is going to say, we love you, but we can't keep you on for 2-3 years on salary, maybe 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. And after that, they're going to let you go. So who's going to bear your costs? You have rents, you have bills, you have education, bills to pay, you have food to eat, you might need extra medical attention, house help. You don't know. So have critical illness. It's a living benefit. It pays you. It doesn't pay anybody else, only pays you.
Most people assume that life insurance only pays on demise, but you're saying life insurance can also pay for critical illnesses beyond medical.
Life insurance has two elements to it.
Sure.
Okay? You can have the other element or not. So life insurance pays on demise, yes. Critical illness is a living benefit.
So it's like medical insurance?
No, it is not like medical.
Let's educate the listeners on the difference.
Yeah, critical illness is not like medical insurance. There are 35 defined critical diseases on which critical illness pays out a lump sum to you. Okay, let's simple one. Heart attack, cancer, major organ transplant. These are some of the things that critical illness pays out on.
And for these payouts, you take a life insurance policy or a critical illness?
You take a life insurance policy, or you can even take a self-standing individual critical illness policy.
Okay, great. For each individual illness, or you can have a generic one?
No, it is not for each individual illness. It's for a generic. It's for about 35 illnesses in total.
Super. Let's talk about how Pioneer Wealth Management helps people not only take insurance, but also manage their wealth.
Okay. Like I said, Pioneer Wealth is a bespoke company. We work with tailor-made products. We sit with the client, we understand their needs, we understand what they need, what is lacking in their portfolio. Now, if somebody comes to me with an income, let's say of 50,000 dirhams a month and says, I have a disposable income of 15,000 dirhams a month, where my expenses are roughly 35,000 dirhams, or equated in dollars, about $10,000. My first question to him is, have you protected your family, okay, to be able to continue with the same lifestyle if, something untoward were to happen? In most cases, the answer is no. They don't even know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
Okay? Because who are you to your family? You're a check that comes home for $10,000 at a minimum, which is your expense account. Your other $15,000 is your disposable income. Now, first protect your expense account. At least that. Give your family the lifestyle that you've given them or gotten them used to.
I hope this inspires you to go and pick out a life insurance policy for yourself.
There's a simple rule. Okay, you should be insured for 200 times at least your monthly expense account. It's not a magical figure. If you put, let's say somebody has an expense of $10,000, should be insured for $2 million. If something were to happen, what would the family do? They would put that $2 million in a very, very safe kind of investment. And I'm assuming they get 6%. Not the 2.5-3% that the banks pay out, but even 6%
like
on a very, very
fixed
safe
deposit or something.
Not a fixed deposit. Could be a bond investment. Could be a varied investment. Could be part fixed deposit. Could be everything. 6%. Okay. They get $120,000 a year. Break it down to 12 months. They get their $10,000 back. So you've replaced the earning capability of that gentleman, okay, with a life insurance protection.
So, is there an element of fear when somebody buys life insurance?
No, life insurance is for the strong ones. Okay, just saying I do, okay, is not enough. Okay, I will do for the rest of my life. Having a child, bringing a child into this planet is not enough. Protecting, making sure that your child is well taken care of, making sure that, whether you're there or not, their education is paid for. A lot of people go about living haphazardly.
So you're saying it's not from the fear of after my death what will happen to
No,
them.
no,
Instead,
no,
it's
no.
an empowered state of even after my death they should live the same
That's life
level.
insurance, yes. What we also do at Pioneer is we do savings plans. Savings plans for education planning, savings plans for retirement, savings plans for pensions. Okay. We also do investments through portfolio bonds, where you can buy mutual funds, you could buy direct equity, where you could buy structured notes. We've been giving a pretty decent ROI to our clients.
That's amazing. Rajesh, have you collaborated with the other two guests? Vipin, perhaps for investing your client's money in real estate, and Nick, perhaps for investing your client's money in gold.
No, I haven't.
Let's bring them in and find out why not.
So, okay, so here's a great question. What is your thoughts on gold?
You see, gold is I would say, is an absolute hedge against inflation. Okay, when I came to Dubai 32 years ago, and that's my experience with this industry, the financial planning industry, gold was what, 40 dirhams or 45 dirhams a gram?
Pretty much.
Right? Today, gold is sitting at 200 dirhams.
So now that you're so pro gold, would you recommend your clients who you give bespoke wealth management services to Nick?
I would.
You should brainstorm a collaboration
I
right
would.
now. That's what BNI Talk is about, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There is always, I work with a plethora of clients. I work with super high net worth individuals, as you did mention, and normally our minimum ticket size is $55,000, $60,000. So yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of room for growth.
That's amazing.
You see, I would tell my clients, okay, buy a little gold, keep some cash, at least 6 months worth of money, okay, in your offshore account, wherever. Could be India, could be Pakistan, could be anywhere. Also have, some property. Okay. Especially a house.
Let's bring Vipin Sharma here talking about property. And Rajesh has just said he's going to advise his clients to buy property. How can Coldwell help him with that?
Well, Rajesh, I'll tell you what happens when you are investing in real estate. Timing is very, very important. If you don't invest in right time, then it can be a problem. And I see a lot of people investing at the wrong time and coming back saying that their investment in any property is not yielding good results. So if you're invested in the right time, I always recommend my clients that you should have a balanced portfolio with real estate at the top. Yes, insurance is very important. Critical illness is very important. And so is gold. I think we have a great synergy here.
This is beautiful.
That's why
BNI planned all of you together today.
Exactly, definitely, and it makes sense to reach to those set of people because they all have this in their thought process already. They are aware of financial planning. They are aware of investments.
They have the mindset of I want to multiply my wealth and I want to save my family.
Yes, and at the same time doing justice with what they're investing in.
Well, it sounds like you need to buy a house with a safe full of gold insured by yours truly.
Well put together.
Well, I'll put it the other way around. First, buy life insurance. Make sure that your family is secure. After that, go out and make your investments. Okay? Because your family is dependent on your life insurance. Okay? The rest are investments.
That's right. Rajesh, tell us about your BNI journey. When did you start and how many years have been associated?
My BNI journey is coming to about 11 years now. It all started with my wife being a part of Insomniacs, the BNI chapter that I represent today. And I tried getting into the chapter. It took me a year and a half.
Why is that?
Because BNI is very specific that you can have only one person representing one category in the chapter. And I wanted to be a part of the Insomniacs chapter. So I stayed back. There was another chapter launching, which eventually didn't launch. So came back when the person who was in my category left.
Great. And who would your ideal referral partner for your business be?
Auditors, private bankers, other financial professionals, people in the gold trade. I mean, they are my best references.
Yeah, just
not just my referral partners,
lists.
but my best references.
And how does BNI help you with this reaching your clientele?
You see, what happens with BNI is there are a bunch of people and you don't know who knows who. Okay? So if you go out there and make your ask, and the entire premise on which BNI is built is givers gain.
That's right.
So people are actually out there to help you get a referral. So if you go out there and actually make yourself heard, make sure that, 30 seconds or 60 seconds or whatever time that you have to speak, your message goes out crystal. BNI is a fantastic platform that can help you gain business through referrals.
Tell us about positive BNI experience that has impacted you both professionally and or personally.
I think my BNI meeting is on Wednesday mornings, and every Wednesday morning is a new positive experience. To just pick up one experience would be to undermine it. I think it's a fantastic
Share
forum.
one story or one anecdote with us.
When I was hospitalized, the kind of support that I got from BNI members who I wasn't even a member of the BNI chapter because my wife was.
That's right.
And I knew a few of them, and the kind of support that they bring around. I have seen BNI members helping other members, especially in times when they are not well. Okay, we've had a couple of recent cases. They go out and support you because we live in Dubai. We are expats living here. Our friend circle becomes our family.
True.
Okay, and BNI is so well connected as a family that all you need to do is ask, reach out, and people are ready there, to kind of help you. It's a numbing experience at times.
That's fantastic. Well said, Rajesh Mirchandani, Director at Pioneer Wealth Management. Let's give some quick tips on financial planning and investments.
Financial planning, first of all, start off with life insurance, critical illness. If you have small children, plan for their education. You live in a country which, requires you to have your own social security. So build towards it. Okay, by the age of 62, 65, people in jobs need to go back. Make sure that you've planned on a monthly basis. The time when you get your salary is a great one. At the end of the month, you're actually scratching your head and asking yourself, where did that money go?
That's right.
But if on the first day of the month, you put aside X amount of money in a structured plan, okay, that money is gone from your hands.
Whether it's a savings or an investment plan.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Is there a formula? Because we've had other finance experts saying 30% on your expenditure, 30% on your savings, and 40% on investment, or something like that. Do you have a formula?
I don't have a formula. You see, like I said, we are bespoke, okay, tailor-made. So when I sit with the client, I understand what is your disposable income.
What about for yourself? What is the formula for yourself in terms of your financial planning?
You see, my financial planning is very simple. I have an adequate amount of life insurance, okay. I have some savings. I have some property. Okay.
So every month when your income comes in, do you have a percentage you specifically put in?
Absolutely.
So that's the percentage I'm asking for, the formula.
I put in about 12 to 13% of my monthly income.
Into investments?
Yes.
And then savings?
Savings are my investments.
So investment and saving 12 to 13%.
12 to 13%.
This is fantastic.
Plus my life insurance costs.
Of course. Rajesh Mirchandani, thanks for being with us on BNI Talk.
Absolute pleasure being here.
We're going to bring back all the three gentlemen to give you a conclusion. If you didn't tune in from 11 a.m., our topic today is financial planning and investments. We'll be back right after this break.
BNI, structured, positive, and professional referral marketing program for business. This is the BNI Hour. We are Talk 100.3. We are the home of news, sport, and conversation. This is Talk 100.3. Ask FUH, brought to you by Fakir University Hospital, Dubai Silicon Oasis, Talk 100.3. BNI, structured, positive, and professional referral marketing program for business. This is the BNI Hour. We are Talk 100.3. On Talk 100.3, you're always up to date with what matters to you the most. The home of the UAE's news, sport, and conversation. This is Talk 100.3. BNI.com, the portal that empowers business. This is the BNI Hour. Talk 100.3.
We only have 4 minutes left for today's edition to get over. Remember, BNI Talk Hour happens Monday to Friday, 11 to 12 p.m. My name is Anjaan. I'm your host for the show. Today, we have three exceptional gentlemen, and they've been giving you so much valuable advice over the last 1 hour for your own personal financial planning and for your investments. Before we let them go, I'm going to ask them to say a few words in conclusion, maybe share some stories. This is Vipin Sharma, a consultant at Coldwell Bank. How would you like to conclude today's talk?
I just want to give an inspirational thing which I learned from BNI during the most interesting part in the last many years. COVID-19. Nobody knew what was happening. We all went into the COVID-19 without any clue. And when we were into that, the only thing which we could do was to talk to our BNI members. And BNI was, as an institute, was one of the pioneering institutes that came up with the online meeting concept.
That's right.
We did not had a break and we started it immediately. And the kind of response I got from my fellow BNI members was amazing. So our mindset was set to success, and we said we will say no to recession. We'll say no to this
virus.
pandemic.
Yeah.
We will talk online and we'll grow business. And that was the time I had my clients also free to listen to me. So while I was talking to my BNI members, getting inspiration from them, giving them a lot of referrals, they were also referring me to the clients who did not have time usually because they're big businessmen.
Well, they're busy.
But that time they were extremely available and open to listen to my concepts. So it helped me grow from that level during pandemic to a higher level.
This is a fantastic testimony. I also wanted to ask you, you have three gentlemen in this room, and all of you are in terms business development experts in your own domains, whether it's insurance or real estate or gold and bullion. What if you guys shared ultra high net worth individual Excel sheets with each other? How would that work? Just a thought, like you give me 10 contacts, I give you 10 contacts, and then we give you referrals.
It happens
just in this room. There's so much business.
Exactly, it happens with permission of the
with
client,
consent, of course.
But definitely it is the case, because a lot of times it happens that when you sit and talk and have specific conversation about a particular field, then you get to know that how you can value add. So
Absolutely.
In a way, we are same company, three different departments talking to one client.
True.
So a one-stop shop.
Beautiful.
For that particular client, giving them what they are looking for.
And that's BNI Business Network International. Thanks, Vipin, for being with us this hour. Let's pull in Nick now. What are your thoughts on what I just said?
So earlier on, you asked me about IPOs, and probably one of the things I could share with you, Clint Gold, one of the businesses we launched last year, in its first year of operations, we have managed sales of 1.1 billion AD. We are launching its token probably over the next 3 months. We're just waiting on our license from Bahrain, a Category 3 license.
Great.
The stock will go out at 5 cents and we're listing at 10. So if anyone's got the appetite for some risk, please get in touch with me.
Clink.gold.
Clink.gold.
Nick Patel, founder and director at bankofbullion.com and Clink.gold. It's a mouthful. Thanks so much for being with us on BNI Talk Hour.
Thank you, Anjaan.
And before we wind up, let's hear from Mr. Rajesh Mirchandani once again to conclude today's topic about financial planning and investments.
Okay. While we spoke about a lot of things, one of the most important things that I learned in COVID was the scarcity of money. Business people find it very, very difficult to take out money from their businesses. And I think business people realized in the COVID time how difficult it was to pay salaries, to pay because they had receivables.
That's right.
Receivables weren't coming in. So I always advise my business clients, keep some money out of your business. Try to take out money on a monthly basis, because any businessman you tell to take out a lump sum, it becomes very difficult.
Very true.
But if you take out money on a monthly basis and park it anywhere, doesn't matter if you're investing it, doesn't matter if you're putting it in a secure fixed deposit, do it. But keep money outside your business. And the most important thing that I want to tell my listeners today is life insurance is a very, very important part of financial planning. While I call it the backbone, it takes the if out of your life.
Rajesh Mishandani, thanks so much for being with us on BNI Talk. And that's the end of today's show. It's a wrap. We're going to be back tomorrow at 11. Tomorrow, our focus is on a chapter. BNI Gazelles. We're going to have a few chapter members coming into the studios for that. Between 12 and 12:30 is Talk Business. Make sure you tune in for that. 12:30, Muriel steps in with Mama Mia. 2 p.m. onwards is Car Talk with James Spikeaway. And from 3 is Neil and Kitch along with Pranav for TSB Talk Sports and Business. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11. Till then, thanks so much for tuning in to us and stay tuned to Talk 100.3.
The BNI Hour on Talk 100.3. This is Talk 100.3.
Adam and Nikki.
Some worrying environment news to start BBC Minute.
Almost 70% of the world's animal populations have been wiped out in less than 50 years.
That is according to a new report from conservation group WWF. The huge decline was largely down to the loss of natural habitat for agriculture.
To Uganda next. Traditional healers have been ordered to stop treating sick patients. The move by the president is a bit to help stop the Ebola there. 19 people have died in the outbreak.
Music and TV deemed to glorify drug use has been banned by regulators in Jamaica. Slang terms for making money are also out. Critics, though, say it won't work as most young people